Welcome back to the War Chest. I left out a crucial part in the Vulcan lore that I should have stepped in because it's what's so important. Because this thing is worldwide, but they never make a movie out of it. And I'm gonna show you why they will never make a movie out of it. The greatest story ever told, as far as I'm concerned.
Onto the edge with one hand, stubbornly grasping the tail of his prize with the other.
This is when he had, if you watch the first video, this is when he had a competition with the stranger.
Vulcan had the inhuman strength of a Primarch and held on for several hours, but his hold eventually began to slip. Was this the end for the young Primarch? A fall down to a fiery death in lava? Or drop his prize and swear eternal loyalty to a stranger? It was at that time the stranger reappeared, carrying a salamander larger than his own. The stranger quickly threw his carcass into the lava flow, using the heat-resistant hide as a bridge to cross over and save Vulcan. Vulcan was declared the winner when he returned home, since he had a salamander hide and the stranger had lost his. But Vulcan silenced the crowd. He knelt before the stranger. This man could have won easily, but he sacrificed his pride because he valued the life of his opponent more. Vulcan declared that any man who valued life over human pride was worthy of his service. At that moment, the stranger at last revealed himself to the Primarch, his true nature as the Emperor of mankind, his
Now pay attention to the conversation they about to have.
true father. Vulcan's father had need of his service, for there was a great mission, a great crusade to reunite all of the colonies of mankind across.
And I did him first because I'm going to tell a story on all the Primarchs. But I wanted to go ahead and do Vulcan first so y'all can understand right from the jump where I'm coming from.
The stars and protect them from Xenos like the Dark Eldar. The Emperor told Vulcan,
I won't lie. There has been blood spilled on this journey, and there will be more. I never imagined the enlightenment of mankind would be an easy task, nor one accomplished without violence, however regrettable.
Now, this is the part right here is why that they will never make it a movie, okay? They will never make it a movie, but shout out to the Amber King because the other guys, they won't add this part in. The true fact of how this story was written, they won't add this part in. But this is the true words of what the Emperor said to Vulcan.
The Emperor's eyes seemed to cloud over for a moment then, lost in abstract thought.
I have had failures, some of which I shall never speak of.
My brothers? The Emperor did not answer, and that was answer enough. Will you not tell me of them? Are they like me?
Utterly unlike you,
Said the Emperor, brightening.
and that is your single greatest trait, my proudest achievement.
That's why they will never make a movie about this. You understand? Because not only did he make Vulcan a perpetual, the only one like him. You just heard the Emperor's own words. You're my most proudest achievement. Now, we're going to continue on because there's some other points that I want to make about how the Emperor in particularly created his gene seed because only the people of Nocturne could survive the treatment into becoming an Astartes. So they tried to do it on Terra, but they was dying. Only the people with dark skin can be able to survive the transformation.
To conquer the galaxy and expand the Imperium of Man, Vulcan had not the strength to do it alone. He would do it at the head of an army of warriors implanted with his gene seed. The 18th Legiones Astartes, the Dragon Warriors Legion, his sons. The creation of the 18th was established largely in separation from the rest, as it
Now listen, they were made different from the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? This part right here will tell you they were different than the rest of their Astartes brothers. I mean, their Astartes cousins. They were different than the rest of them. The Emperor particularly built them differently.
It is generally thought to be created for very specific ends. There were none save perhaps a handful of the Emperor's closest and earliest allies who knew the facts regarding this mystery. What was clear early on was that the gene seed of Vulcan had a low success rate amongst recruits. Many young boys upon Terra would die in the recruitment of this legion.
You see what I'm saying? They tried to create Vulcan's, his Astartes army on Terra with other people, but they couldn't survive it. Only the black people of Nocturne could survive the transformation to become an Astartes like Vulcan.
But those who survived joined the Brotherhood. Combined with the slow recruitment, the Legion, even in its earliest engagements, had gained a reputation. They often achieved a victory against impossible odds and survived, although barely, taking heavy losses, which reduced the new Legion's active strength from around 20.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there, man. But that's exactly why this will never be made a movie, and this is such a great story, and I love it. You know what I mean? And I felt like if I just started talking about all the other Primarchs before mentioning Vulcan, I wouldn't be able to get anybody's attention. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to tell the entire story of all the Primarchs and the whole thing and how it goes. But I want you to understand why this will never be a movie. Because who's the most important one? Who's the most powerful one? Who did the Emperor give the powers of the Perpetual to? Vulcan. And he's black. So that's why you won't never see a movie of it. Some of you, I guarantee you watching this, have never even heard of this in your life. It's the most popular secret kept, I guess. Oh no, now that I see this shit, I'm gonna make sure a lot of people see this. I'm gonna make sure a lot of people see this. Yeah, because this here, and it's been out a long time. It's been out a long time. And they ain't made a movie of it. Because Vulcan was the powerfulest one. He was a perpetual. His father trusted him, but it's like you get where I'm coming from now. So now y'all understand. So now y'all can love Warhammer just the same way I do, because the original writers of it, they paid homage. Real shit. Shout out to Gamers Workshop, man.